Apple and Epic Games, two companies that I never was interested in, started a war. More exactly, Epic Games, that are known for Fortnite, have filed legal papers because they were removed from the Apple Store. I may not like the Epic Games Store that much, but they only take 12% commission from the developers. Even so, they still pay to make games exclusive to their platform and their store is shit. From what I know, most of the stores take close to 40% of the shares revenue, so I understand why Epic Games didn't want to pay Apple 40% of their revenue just so they can be available on their store. Epic Games offered a discount to the players who didn't use the App Store to pay for their purchase, but instead made the direct purchase. I think it's very unfair that a store takes 40%. 40 fucking percent just so you can put your game or app on their store. That is huge. Most of the stores do this and I think it's not fair. 40% is way too much. The store doesn't do anything to need that 40%. A game developer works so much to make their game, and here comes a store that takes 40%. The game can sell better because it's on a store, but it's not a big deal. You get way more money if you put 40% into marketing or a price drop for the game. By the way, you can get apps without using the Apple Store or Google Store, but on Apple it's more complicated because it's Apple. The first thing that the lawsuit talks about is about how Apple in 1984 started a fight with IBM. It appears IBM wants it all. Apple is perceived to be the only hope to offer IBM a run for its money. Will Big Blue dominate the entire computer industry? The entire information age? Was George Orwell right about 1984? Fast forward to 2020 and Apple has become what it once railed against. The behemoth seeking to control markets, block competition, and stifle innovation. Apple is bigger, more powerful, more entrenched, and more pernicious than the monopolists of yesteryear. At a market cap of nearly $2 trillion, Apple's size and reach far exceeds that of any technology monopolist in history. Epic Games also made a video that is a parody of Apple's 1984 video.
Playing contradictory thoughts. They shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
For years they have given us their songs, their labor, their dreams. In exchange, we have taken our tribute, our profits, our control. This power is ours and ours alone. We shall prevail.
This is funny. I like it. This is how things should always be. Corporations fighting each other, not consumers. We need more competition, better products. This is why I love Witcher 3. Even if you don't love everything about that game, it still showed the big gaming companies how side missions should be made, how a story should be told, and how big gaming companies don't try to give us good games. They just copy paste stories and good gameplay. Back to our subject. Google is also sued because they did the same thing that Apple did. Wait a second here, now Google is also sued? That's not fair. We wanted to hate Apple, but what about the PlayStation Store? What about the Xbox Store? Or Nintendo? Don't they do kind of the same thing that the app stores do? I didn't pay for any of this stuff, and I'm not sure if the console stores are the same as the app stores. Maybe Fortnite didn't implement the system on consoles, but if they do, I think it will be the same story as the app stores. What if the developers will pay 50% instead of 40%? It will be more money for them, or they can make a big discount on games. If the App Store got 40%, the developers don't get anything, the consumers don't get anything. Only the useless store makes money. I'm referring here to the 40% commission. I know that many gaming companies will give their money to their CEOs so they can go get more hookers and drugs, but I avoid buying games from companies like that. By the way, I'm not kidding. I know stories from trusted sources. It wasn't the CEO, but it was a very important person in the company that burned their extra money like that. Oh my fucking god, I forgot about it. The whole story was made public. It was Ubisoft. But the one that I know wasn't one of the senior executives that everybody was talking about. Let's be real, companies like Ubisoft have great people working there. Many companies that you hate have awesome people that work there. But it takes a small number of idiots to destroy the hard work and goodness of the rest of the people working there. If you are a Ubisoft fan, an Apple fan, an Epic Game fan, an PC fan, PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo, remember one thing: any of them can do a fucked up thing for money. Nintendo insisted on forcing people to make a partnership if they wanted to stream their games, until they realized it was a very retarded idea. Also, their Joy-Cons are kind of broken. PlayStation still insists on using more censorship, making developers lose a lot of money, and some don't even know for sure what is okay or not. Ubisoft lacks creativity, making boring games that are just an open world with useless collectibles all over the place. What's my point for talking about all of this? Don't trust any company, no matter what they did in the past. A company is made to make money and nothing more. Let's say nobody buys FIFA anymore. Do you realize how awesome that game can become because they have to work very hard to make a good game that people will care about again? Doesn't matter what the product is, you always must be skeptical and try to criticize the company you like, but give it good and useful feedback, not rage like an idiot. It's a good thing that Epic Games does this, even if I don't care for Fortnite or mobile games. They force app stores to make more competition, and maybe they will force even console stores or PC stores. Don't be fooled, Epic Games don't care about you, they don't want to overpay for something that should be under 50%. For real, even 50% is kind of big. Apple says that they don't take any commissions from supporting, hosting, and distributing apps like Audible, Netflix, or Spotify. They take 30% for stuff that you must pay to download. They take 40% for subscriptions, and after 1 year, they start taking 50%. They show Hulu as an example. Isn't Hulu like Netflix? Anyway, I have no idea because Hulu is not available in my country. They say that in 2021 it will become available in my country, but I'm pretty sure they are like Netflix. So it's very strange that they are not in the no commission list. I don't get why they don't sue Apple if this is true. So like I was saying, 50% will be more okay, but I think it's still way too much. Just because you put an app on their store. Let's not kiss the asses of corporations anymore. We are the ones who pay the extra taxes. If a game developer pays 40% to put their game on a store, they will try to recover that money doing other stuff that can damage the quality of the product. This doesn't mean that they will use the extra money to make the consumers happy, because not all companies care about the consumers. Look at Blizzard and EA, who still pays their employees like slaves, but they give more and bigger bonuses to their bosses. This still doesn't mean that they should pay the extra commission to the online stores. Don't forget, Epic Games are not good guys, but even they can do something right sometimes. Don't forget, a corporation is not your friend. You pay for the product they make, and many times it's not even the stuff you ask for. A company is made to make money and nothing more. If you get a great product from them that you love, awesome. But don't let that good product you got fool you into thinking all their products will be good. I buy from whatever company gives me a good product. I was a Sony fan, then I was a Samsung fan, then I was an LG fan, then a BenQ. Why? Because you see the same name, but the people inside the company that makes decisions are always changing. Corporations make way more money than you think, so I don't get it when people defend them and kiss their ass. We can love a company for giving us the stuff that we love, but I'm saying that we should not love a company no matter what it does, just because it was a time when it did something good.